Listen.
Listen, everybody, listen. Welcome to Listen with Tania and Win. How y'all doing? Hey,
How is everyone? How is everyone? Hopefully you had a good Easter week.
right. Hit us up in the comments. If you watched last week, you already know. Let us know if you had those PJs on or if you wore your Easter bests. Please post
Right,
it
honey.
in the comments from last week's. If you didn't get a chance to check out last week, check out last week's. It's still on our webpage, it's on the Facebook page. So you can still check that out. We'd love to see your Easter pics from Sunday.
That's it. We want to see your Sunday best. Even if it was at home, we want to see it.
So welcome to our show. If this is your first time here, my name is Tania Briscoe Easterling, and you are Win.
And my name is Win Briscoe, and we are sister cousins. For those of you that are not aware or haven't been following us, our dads are identical twins.
Right. So we share a lot in our lives. God seems to take us down the same path many times over the years. And so we are just here being obedient in this season with this amazing show. If you haven't already, make sure to like and follow us on our Facebook page, Listen TW, or Listen. If you type Listen in the search for it, you'll find it. Keep sharing us. We appreciate all the share love, you guys. We really do. Appreciate the comments, appreciate the feedback. It's important to us. It matters to us. Just to know, it's always a beautiful confirmation, right? When we can hear from somebody else, like, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing in this season.
And it's fun to connect and to go back and read your comments. We do, and we respond to you all. So thank you so much for the engagement. This is show number 5 and episode. Can we imagine
it's crazy.
How in the world did we get this far, right? It was show number 5 and the engagement has been great. People have been so gracious and hilarious right along with us and giving us their feedback. So we're excited.
Yeah. So like we said, last week's episode was on faith. When you get time, check that out. If you know anybody that's struggling to have faith, if you yourself are struggling with faith, if you're struggling with something God's told you to do, that would be an episode worth watching. So that was last week. Today's topic, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. Today's topic, y'all, is fun. Fun. So yes, you can expect to laugh. You can expect some sarcasm. Ooh, you can expect some sarcasm.
Well, that's every week, but this week we're going to give it to you a little more.
Just a little.
Right.
So let's talk about really quick before we get into fun. Let's just quickly talk about divine assignments in this season.
Yeah.
Divine assignments in this season. So I guess I'll go first. So I am an author, only because God told me to be, not because I asked to be, y'all. The book's not out yet. It's coming. The book is called Faith That Goes the Distance, A Journey of Walking on Water with God. It's a beautiful memoir of what it means to step out of the boat in faith when God calls you to do it. And what it means to walk on water with God in seasons where, had it not been for the grace of God, you would have sunk. Specifically, me and my family would have sunk. So that's a book that is forthcoming. I've got a website. It has one devotional on it right now. There are more to come, and I'll make sure to put out there on our Facebook page when another one goes live, but there is a devotional on my website. You can check that out. It is also on faith and having the faith to believe God for those God-sized dreams. Those God-sized dreams, right? And so you can check that out. And then, of course, doing this amazing talk show in this season is all God not me.
Right.
I'm going to keep saying that. All God,
Ditto.
no,
Ditto.
not me. I am by nature a somewhat private person. So being out here live
Literally.
and God saying, talk about this, talk about this, talk about this. Oh, and you're going to share about that. And I'm
There's
like,
that.
are you sure? Are you sure?
Right.
And he's like, what did I tell you the first time? Because that's how God talks to me. What did I tell you the first time? So
Girl.
that is what's going on in my life in this season of just divine assignment. So what you got going on, Lynn?
My goodness gracious. So for me, I'm divine assignment number one, obviously, is here with you every single week. So that's divine assignment number one. In addition to working uh, through the cozy conversations that we have every month on the first Friday of the month. And that is a
Yeah.
great time virtually to connect with the women's audience in an intimate setting. So that has been phenomenal. And also the portion of Testimony Tuesdays, which is now a portion of the end of our show. For those of you that are watching, definitely please know that between that 7 and 7:30 time frame Eastern, 6 and 6:30 time Central. You definitely want to tune in and post your comment and your testimony. So we want to make sure that we're there to congratulate and celebrate with you what God is doing in your life. So those are some things that we want to be able to circle back to as far as divine assignments. And there's a few others, but right now, those two right now are my focus, and we'll release more information as we go further with some others.
We'll release information when God tells us to tell y'all. That's
It's the
how
truth.
we have learned to live.
It's the truth. That is the truth.
So we have God moments from this week.
Mm.
So if you're watching for the first time, our God moments are just we share with you guys just one thing
Right.
that we just saw God show up and show off about in our lives over the past week. So if you have a God moment, we'd love to hear about it. Post it up in the comments. Please share by all means. But when you want to share your God moment
Oh, wow.
from the
Yeah,
week,
girl. So again, as she says, one, right? Because I have about 6 God moments from this calendar week, but one for me. Well, it's one in the possible, like faith, because
we're not
it's
going to
two.
stage yet.
It's really two whole, but we're gonna just get to we'll do one. So one specifically, Easter Day. Easter Day, you all. Tania and I are both foodies and music heads. Okay, so if you don't know that about us, we love food and we love music. And so on Sunday specifically, which was Easter, if you're watching this on the replay, God had really worked with me on some things. And if you go back and watch last week's episode on faith, you'll know what that God moment was, and it will make sense to you. So bring it forward. The God moment with my new luggage was right on time because I had gotten the notification on my social media that Justin Bieber, who I don't follow at all, but just happened to follow someone who does follow them. And he posted that Justin Bieber had a new gospel inspired song called Freedom. And I thought, okay, so, and he was debuting it on Easter. Okay.
Love it.
And that he was debuting it only about 15 minutes prior than the instructions that God had told me to unpack my new luggage. And I was like, okay. And as I'm unpacking my new luggage, I'm listening to this song. And when I tell you, I was ready to pack myself up in the luggage. Do you hear me? I was ready. If you all haven't heard the song Freedom by Justin Bieber, that was my God moment. And it was my God moment because it came right at the time in which I was told to unpack my new luggage because I used some of it yesterday for a model shoot. So I am beyond floored at the timing of God, and how He communicates in a way that is through music to both of us, and that it was so timely. So that was just one of my God moments this week.
I love it. That was so powerful. I need to listen to the song. I have not done that yet, but I'll
Yes,
make
if
sure
you
to
all
check
have
it
not
out.
heard the
I will
song,
make sure to check
definitely.
it out. And you guys, we'll make sure to actually post maybe the YouTube link
Yeah, I'm gonna post it
in the comments of this episode so that you can check it out too. Let us know if it ministers to you in the season that you're in. So, my God moment, as if I have to narrow it down to one, actually happened this morning in the grocery store. No, not that one. We're not talking about that one. In the grocery store at the checkout. And I don't know about y'all, but have you ever had like a not out of body experience, but it's almost like you're standing there physically, but God takes you back in the spirit to where you are like looking at yourself, like looking at yourself. And I'm at the register and waiting for them to finish bagging my groceries this morning. And I stick my debit card in to pay, and the transaction goes through fine. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But when it did, when it said approved, God was like, remember where I've brought you from. Because real talk, there was a season where I would hold my breath if that card was going to work or not, you guys. Hold my breath. And today there was no fear, no shame. He was like, do you remember when that card was an EBT card and not even your card? Like, do you remember? Remember where I brought you from. And so I almost had a full ball and worship moment at the register. I had to hurry up and get in the
so
car.
good, so
I had
good.
to hurry up and put myself in the car. I just threw the groceries in the trunk. Because I was like, let me just get myself together, but I can't at this register. I just need to get to the car just so that I could take a moment to give God thanks.
Right.
Because I was like, you're right, God. You are so right. And I thank you. And I bless you for how far you have brought me and my family. Yeah, it's making me rock in my seat.
Yeah, you see, I had to do a little grandma dip, like,
That was just such a real, beautiful reminder of his grace over my life and over my family's life. And I was like, thank you, Lord. Yes, you have, as the old song says, you have truly brought us from a mighty long way. Mighty long way. I'm free. Look, I'm free. I'm
Come
free.
on. Come on. Come
So
on.
that was my God moment that I have to choose if I can only pick one.
Right.
And it happened today. So, like we said, let us know what your God moment is. If you have a God moment that you just have to share with somebody, we'd love to hear it. We'd love to celebrate God with you.
Right.
And
Right.
we'll even have a little bit of time, a little bit later on, where we call Testimony Tuesday, like Lynn was talking about. And if you want to save it till then, till test for it as a testimony, please, by all means, post that in the comments too. Let us celebrate God with you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. We'd love to hear it. I just put in the comments the link for the Justin Bieber song, so
Awesome.
I know that it's going to bless you all. It's a great song. I love the vibe and the whole flow. The rhythm is great. It's great to dance to if you like to dance like we do. So, definitely check it out. But the words, it came at a time when I was like, okay. But again, if you didn't watch last week, go back and watch last week on faith. It's gonna bless you, and then bring it on forward, and it'll make sense to what we're talking about right now. And then follow us every Tuesday, so you'll be able to keep up with our conversations. Every Tuesdays, 6 Eastern, 5 Central, right here.
Right. 5 Central. So yeah. So today's topic, y'all. Today's trending topic is fun. Some people call it fun. We love to call it joy, laughter, whatever it takes to put a smile on your face. That's what we are talking about today. So first thing we're going to do before we go any further, because we try to do this, we've been trying to do this, and we'll see if we'll keep doing it going forward. But just like last week and the week before, God gave us a scripture for fun. So it is it's going to be the Passion Translation of Proverbs 17:22. And it says, a joyful, cheerful heart brings healing to both body and the soul. But
Mm.
the one whose heart is crushed struggles with sickness and depression.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I thought
Ooh.
that translation was deep. Because I was like, okay, wait a minute. So we're not doctors, y'all. So we're not diagnosing anything or saying anything cures anything.
Right.
We're only saying this is what the word says, that without a cheerful heart, without laughter, without joy, you could be looking at sickness, depression, or the complete opposites of no
Right.
fun in life, no joy in life,
Can you
right?
imagine that? I mean, that translation, I know you love the Passion Translation for a lot of things,
Hmm.
but that is just so profound. And again, like she said, we're not medical professionals, but to know that, when scripture talks about, a merry heart is good like a medicine, which we all know, right? And then we think about it in that translation, about how it's combating depression. Like, that's major. You need to think
It
about
is.
that. So, and to not discredit anyone who may be suffering from any type of a mental health concern,
Right.
but to just know that, in conjunction with your prayer and your doctor and your therapy and your medication, you might want to include among the things that you were doing laughter, joy, things that you may find that brings a lighter heart for you.
Yeah. That is so
Make
good.
that a regimen, include that in your regimen.
Yes. Yes, that is so good. So true. I know my hubby and I here sometimes when we've had a really long, hard day,
Yeah.
we will spend the last 30 minutes of the day watching something dumb on YouTube or Instagram, just so that we can go to sleep laughing, just
Yes.
so that
Yeah, yeah.
our heart is light, right? And we'll pray and we'll take time to give the day over to God, but it's just like at the end of the day, just to be able to just laugh it out.
Right.
Like,
Right.
okay. And it's amazing how light you feel. It's like
Mhm.
amazing how light you feel.
Doesn't it lift you? Like, you
It did.
actually feel the endorphins working in your brain and in your emotions and throughout your physical body. Like, your
Yeah.
cells receive it as well. You can feel it, but that's the metaphysical, right? So
Yeah.
we know that all of, we are one unit. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
good.
good.
So tonight we're gonna laugh it up, y'all. We're gonna have a little bit of kiki. We're here, and again, as we posted earlier, forgive us in advance because we know last week was heavy on faith, y'all. We took you a little deep
Woo.
on faith, but this week we're bringing it on up, making it a little lighter. And so this week is going to be on fun and humor and funny and the things that bring us joy. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
making it a little lighter tonight.
Yeah. And if you haven't taken the time to laugh today, you are welcome in advance. You're,
Yes. Oh, definitely.
you are welcome in advance. So let's talk about, so with the trending topic being fun today, what are some things you like to do for fun? We talked
Oh my
about
goodness.
games.
Yes, yes. So for me, I love games, definitely. I love traveling, adventures. So, doing new things, going out and trying new things. So, a lot of things for fun. And that can be by myself as well as with, friends and family. So, fun for me is on so many different levels. I love sports, playing sports. And so all of those things, I know since the pandemic, fun has been a little altered, right? But prior to, the things that we would do for enjoyment for me would be outdoorsy things. I'm an outdoors girl and also Although I love my, my pink lipstick and high heels, honey, but I still love,
Yeah, yeah.
right? I
We
love
are
my
we are
sport.
country divas. We are country divas.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, right? Exactly. What do they say? The tomboys in high heels and lipsticks.
I
We
mean,
are
really.
dynamic in the country, so you can't box us in. But yeah, I love fishing, out having fun, being outdoors, and doing things recreationally. And then, family and friends love the games, love entertainment, going to entertainment centers and venues and just having a good time. So those are some
Mm,
things that I enjoy. And the beach, definitely
uh, right.
my
Right.
happy place.
Yes. There's always a bonus when we can get relaxing and fun all in the same. Like,
It's the truth.
yes, in the
It's the
same
truth.
event. Yeah, that's bonus points right there. So
Yeah.
I know for me, I do love games. I love video games,
Mm-hmm.
specifically just to play video games with my daughter, sometimes with my hubby, but he's not that good. But love playing video
Shout
games.
out to James. We're rooting for you, buddy. We're rooting
Yes.
for you,
Love
brother-in-law.
playing video games with my daughter. Love playing card games. Love
Mm-hmm.
playing Uno. And yes, I play to win. Love playing
Oh yeah,
spades. And yes, I play to win. Uh,
honey.
so just love games. Love to shop.
Mm.
Shopping is fun for me. And maybe, dare I say, slightly therapeutic, like the beach is for you.
Yes,
Shopping
yes.
is
I think
fun.
retail therapy that's one of your things for
It
sure.
is. It is. And I love a good sale. So don't think I'm out in these streets, going crazy. Like I love me a good sale, y'all.
Right.
So love to shop specifically for shoes and handbags, like if I have to choose, because you can never have enough accessories.
Yes.
So love to shop. Do love traveling. I miss cruising. I
Mm.
love,
That's my
oh,
deal.
I enjoy cruising. So much fun. Just so much fun.
It's
And
true. And
and
I
you can
love
have
how
as
it's
much
all
fun as you
contained.
want to have. It's like you can just have as
Yeah.
much fun as you want to have. You know, if you want a day where you don't want to have any fun, then you go hide in your cabin and you don't have to have any fun.
And then you do what I love, which is sleep or hibernate, right? Just or not, because it depends on. That's
Yeah,
another conversation for another day.
yeah.
My
That's
bad. I'm
another
sorry.
trending topic.
I apologize.
So I know that we both love comedy, especially stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And obviously, with the pandemic, I know I haven't had the pleasure of seeing anybody live in a long time, but still try to catch it when I can on
Yeah.
Netflix or YouTube
Right.
or the gram. But love stand up comedy.
The last person I saw live with stand-up comedy was Kev on stage, and that was just the right before, right, the fall before the pandemic happened, right? So, yeah, that was yeah,
Yes,
a year and a
totally
half
worth it.
ago, or coming up on 2 years. Yeah, it's coming up on 2 years now. So that was the last time I saw someone live. It's SA. That was
Hey,
the last
hey.
time we saw live. Was Kev on stage, and it was he was
Oh
hilarious,
my
just as
God.
funny in person or funnier, I think, than online. So good
Yeah,
time.
yeah, truth. So there are so many avenues out there nowadays, y'all, to see
Mm-hmm.
comedy and to hear comedy. So, take advantage of it. Listen to whoever you're comfortable with. Some of us are a little bit more comfortable with some comedians than others. No shade on anybody, but
Right.
there's a comedian out there for everyone.
That is very true. That is very true.
Yeah, yeah. There's somebody out there that'll make you laugh for it, no matter what your sense of humor or your level of language is or anything. There's
Right.
somebody out there nowadays. There's somebody for everybody. So I know you mentioned Kev on stage, and I'm gonna just share really quick. So I let me see. This is 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 years ago, I had to have surgery, and you know how you have to go in for pre-op a couple days before,
Right.
and just before the pre-op, I was at the consultation, and they checked my blood pressure, and they were like, it's a little elevated. Are you okay? And I'm like, no, because I have white coat syndrome. So the fact that I'm actually sitting in this doctor's office
Right.
about to talk about you putting me under anesthesia, no, that's not calming to me. So yeah, my blood pressure is it's a little elevated. So they were like, when you go for your pre-op, try to make sure, that your blood pressure is not high because we don't want to have to postpone your surgery because your blood pressure is too high. So I'm sitting there in the waiting room of this hospital, like right there at the emergency room door. Like that's just the waiting room for the whole hospital. So it's emergency and everybody else. And I'm sitting there and I was like, okay, God, I can't have my blood pressure high. I really need this procedure. And he was like, go on your phone, go to Instagram. No lie, y'all. I sit there while I'm waiting. They had me waiting for almost 30 minutes. And I'm sitting there on Instagram laughing my head off out loud. I have in earbuds, so nobody knows what I'm even laughing at. The TV is on in the waiting room. It's the news. Of course, it's depressing. It's nothing to laugh at.
Right.
And I am sitting there, tears coming down my face, laughing at Kev on stage, laughing at Tony Baker, laughing at Not Carlton Banks, and shout out to all those amazing comedians.
It's true.
I am sitting there I'm done. Like, I'm done. People are walking past me like, is she all right? Like, maybe she needs the floor where there is mental assistance. Like, maybe she's on the wrong floor at a hospital.
Certifiable.
Totally. When I say fully therapeutic and healing, like the scripture says, because by the time they called me back and the nurse was like, okay, we saw you out there. We were all like, what is going on? And I was like, I'm sorry, not sorry. I was watching comedy on my phone and I showed it to her. And of course, she cracked up too. And then she took my blood pressure and she was like, oh, your blood pressure is normal. It's great.
There you go.
I was like, thank you, God, for telling me that I needed to laugh in that moment. Good. Now, did I pray? I still prayed. But God was like, the answer is the laughter.
Sometimes it's so simple. Really. And you and I talk about this all the time, being non-traditionalists, is that really, Christians are so deep sometimes. And for us, it's just like, we just want to laugh. We want to have some fun. We're Christ followers and we love God, but you know what? Y'all are too serious. You're taking everything way too serious. Like, it's not that deep sometimes. You just need to laugh. You really do. And
sometimes you do just need to laugh.
Yeah.
Laugh at life.
Yeah.
Laugh at yourself.
Right.
Laugh at others as long as they won't get offended. But it's like there. If we are looking for it, there will always be something to find joy in, right? Mm-hmm. For God to show us,
right?
Hey, smile through the day, right? And test you. That's the exact scripture we were talking about. Laughter works good like a medicine. Yeah. So for those of y'all that are like, what are they talking about? So because we grew up in church, all we had back in the day was King James Version. So that's how we memorize everything. So,
right.
So if you're like, I've never heard that scripture, it's the King James Version.
It's the scripture that it's in the comments, but it's under the King James translation, just in case you need help with that. There you go. That's exactly what, and you're spot on, Tessie. And it's what we do when we all get together. We're all cousins. When we get together, that is, you hear nothing but kiki. Like, honestly, Thanksgivings, Christmas, holidays, birthdays, special occasions. It is nothing but sheer laughter. It's a comedy show. It's definitely YouTube before YouTube existed, for sure. Right.
And thankfully, we have the type of family that we can laugh at one another.
It's true.
We laugh
together. We can laugh at each other together. Yes.
Oh yeah. And everybody doesn't have the benefit of that, but we would encourage you to find joy, find God's joy in everything, because it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. We don't have to look hard. We just have to be willing to look for it and say, God, show me your joy today. Show me fun today. Show me how I can laugh through the day to even get through the day sometimes.
And one of my favorite songs to wake up to, believe it or not, because I have a YouTube playlist that's insane, but I I don't know if you all follow Kings and Country, but I will post that also in the comments. Their song called Joy. Watch the video to that. It is hilarious. And just to give you a little quick spoiler alert, I love how in the video they are kind of going through a mock newscast, and one of the folks, young ladies, is she's giving all negative information. She's like, this is over, this is bad, this is the worst, right? And he sarcastically is like, well, thank you. Like, is there anything good, right? And it's like choosing joy, right? Because again,
Right.
laughter is a choice. Joy is a choice, right? So it's choosing joy, choosing life, which is what God wants us to do. Choose all of those things. We have the choice to do so. We have the free will to do so. And so I'll make sure to share that as well. But it's a great song, and it's called I Choose Joy. And that's the whole point of it, is to just make that choice. Because I think human nature is to typically always go to the negative, or to go to the criticize or the critical, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how often do we go to the joy? How often do we go to the celebratory? How often do we do the compliments, right? Because we can always find something to complain
Not
about.
often enough. We don't go there often enough, or as
It's
quickly as we need to.
it's the truth.
We
It's the
need
truth.
to, right? It's truly about living life, looking at that glass. I won't
Mm-hmm.
even say half full, still full,
Come on.
right? Because those of us that are believers, the glass is never half full. It's always full.
And to be
Because
honest,
God
if
doesn't
you're
stop working. God
alive,
doesn't stop working. It's like, hey,
sure,
the
you're
glass is
alive
still
to even
full.
experience the glass, right? So there's
Read
that.
that.
The pandemic has put a lot of things in perspective for people.
Yeah,
And so, understanding that if you are still alive, even if you're in ill health, right, you are still alive for a reason, period.
yeah, yeah. And I love that you mentioned music, because I
Yeah.
know that's also something that brings us both some crazy joy and fun. Um,
Right.
we were both up Sunday night on that 3 hour Instagram. I don't know if anybody else saw it. The versus
Yes.
Instagram post. They went live, and Easter Sunday night's versus was Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Isley Brothers. 25 songs, y'all. They went for 3 hours counting down their most popular 25 songs. If you haven't had the chance to watch it and you are Elements fans or Isley Brother fans, or you just love the music from that era, because they come all the way up, and are still relevant today. So, no, I know it's not Christian, I know it's not gospel, but still music, still fun, still fun. God's okay with us dancing. It's okay.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the
It's
truth.
okay. So yes, yeah. So you can check that out. But I just love, for me, putting some music on sometimes. And sometimes it gets to the point where I have to put it in my ears. Like, having it on speaker is not enough. Like, sometimes for me, it needs to like saturate. Like, I need it to saturate me.
Mm.
And I love how God even uses that to bring me joy, because I'm a true musician and worshiper at heart anyway. So whether it's Christian, R&B, jazz, and even classical, because I love classical music too, but music can be fun and
Right.
is fun. And you're right, Tess. Yes, even God has a sense of humor.
Funny.
And I'm thankful that he does. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thankful that God has a sense of humor. I'm thankful for that, because it lets me know the way he made me is okay. The way he
Mm.
made me in my sarcasm is totally fine.
We know God. Let me tell you, there's this entire our entire journey, if we could say God had a sense of humor through our entire journey. Because listen, I'm just saying.
I know
I'm
he
just
doesn't
saying.
have popcorn at the throne, but sometimes I just think he's just sitting there with a bowl of
Sometimes I
popcorn,
wonder.
like, Do y'all see
Sometimes.
this? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see what she's doing? Do you see the shenanigans that she's doing? This is what I told her to do, but this is what she's over here doing.
Hmm.
At
Oh
some
my
point, she'll get
goodness.
there.
Music. I think for us, when it comes to music and having fun, or just music in general, I mean, we're such, again, like we said, we're foodies and music heads. So for us, music is on constantly.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's during the workday. It's going to either be on in the background or it's going to be on, like Tania said, sometimes even in our ears. When we're in the car, it's out walking, exercising. So there are times when, God will say to me specifically, he wants my undivided attention. And I know there's times when I have to turn the music off because he knows that's at that point I need to just have quiet. Right. But other than those times, we're listening to music in most of our days is going to have some music in the background or in our heads in general, like literally playing in our heads.
Right.
Almost like it's audibly in our own heads, right?
Right. Yes. Sometimes with every word that every person says, I'm like, ooh, I know a song for that word. It's like,
Right.
and I'll start singing it, which is probably irritating to some, but I find it hilarious that it's like, I got a song for that word. Yeah.
And shout out to brother-in-law James for the karaoke, because that's exactly it. Sometimes we have to just put a song with a thought sometimes. Shout out, brother.
Why are you trying to take the smile off my face? We were doing good. We were having a great episode. And you just reset,
Karaoke is a form
reset my
of
face.
fun and it includes music. So I highly encourage, when the pandemic settles down, that you all get out and find your local karaoke spot because it is it's a great time to have some fun. It involves music and involves community. And yeah.
I'm gonna say what I feel and feel what I say right now. Karaoke is only fun with alcohol.
You're not wrong.
There
So
is
you're not wrong.
yeah. I cannot endure it. I cannot endure it without. I'm sorry, not
The
sorry.
best karaoke in our lives have always been when we're on a cruise ship. Because let me tell you, the karaoke bars on a cruise ship, if you've never gone on a cruise, first of all, when the things settle down, do that. That's a phenomenal thing. But definitely find you a karaoke spot near you, or if you can do something on a cruise, it's the best. It is absolutely phenomenal to be able to be among strangers and just let your hair down.
That you don't have to ever see again. And that's why
That's the
they
best
most of the
part.
people take the
Yeah.
microphone. I'm like, you were tone deaf. Who told you it was going to be okay for you to try to cover Whitney?
We
No,
learned, yeah.
no,
Oh
please,
man. That's
no.
the best. Oh, those trips I had to Japan years ago. Of course, where karaoke is founded, and understanding that karaoke definitely means one of the definitions is tone deaf, and it is completely accurate. But I love how much fun they have. They get up there, they have no restraints. They don't care that they cannot carry a tune. That is irrelevant to them.
Oh my
They're having some fun, and they're like, "Let me turn this Michael Jackson up," and they are getting it down. Do you hear me dancing, singing? The best time. You will leave dry ducked because you have cried, laughed, your eyes dry. The best. The best. Okay. So she's not feeling karaoke. Nonetheless, Tania is no fun when it comes to people who cannot sing professionally for a living. She does not want she doesn't she does not
God.
want the joyful noise at all.
God said make a joyful noise.
He said,
Joyful. He did not say make the best that you can. He said make a joyful noise. He knows who he gave the gift of song to and who he did not. And it's okay.
it is the truth.
It's okay.
It is the truth. It is the truth.
It
So,
does say make a joyful noise. Joyful.
oh my goodness gracious. So, what stress relievers do you have in addition to comedy? What
Hmm.
else do you do for fun as a stress reliever? Anything you can think
So
of?
I am rare in that I'm a woman that loves to shoot pool.
Mhm.
So I'm blessed to have my own table in the house. So for me, combined with music, like just to have music going and me and that pool table, that is joy. That is joy for me. I don't know why. I don't know why it brings me joy. I just enjoy it. Like
Yeah,
it's almost like comforting. It's almost therapeutic and better than eating my emotions. Um,
right.
you know, get to take it out on the cue ball. So it's just like, yeah, that's one of my that's one of my things. That's one of my things. So what about you? What about you?
Oh my gosh. One of the things that is stress reliever for me, we talked about was the beach. Not so much retail therapy. I shop when I have to or when I need to, but
I know.
it's
I
not
still
really
love you. I still love you.
it's not really one of my it's not a retail therapy for me. I do it when I need to do it. But definitely getting outside for me. If I can do anything outdoors, that seems to be, or especially if it's on the water, that's definitely something that is a fun thing for me and is a stress reliever as well. So that's something that I enjoy. I love the comments that's coming in. You all
Yeah.
tell us, give us some of your comments and your feedback. What are some of the things during this segment as we're talking about fun and joy and humor and funny? What are some things that bring you all joy? What are some things that you love to do?
Yes. And hi, Aunt Louise. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Marcy. Yes, the walking. Yes. Walking is fun. Walking is
Yes, we
fun.
love it outdoors.
Yes. I'm not a fan of the bugs though.
Now, this
Yeah.
is where Tess and I unite, and you don't, Nia. This is where we are. Tess,
Mm-mm,
we're here. We talked about this
mm-mm.
three weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks ago? Where Tess and I are campers. We love camping and we love glamping a little too. But Nia is all about, she wants to do it in an RV only. Tess and I love tents.
Only.
We like real camping. And Tania is all about, you know, glamping.
No. My ancestors fought so that I never had to sleep on the ground ever. So why would I do that? Why would
This
I
is
sleep on
this
the
is a
ground?
little different.
No, no, no. Give me an RV and a bed and a bathroom and a shower and enclosed away from bugs. And we're
Yes.
good. We're good.
Understood. Understood. So Tess, like when we go camping, we know Tania will need to be in an RV somewhere nearby our
Parked
campsite.
at the house. Parked at the house. That's where I'm gonna be. Parked at the house. Y'all can go ahead. Out in the woods. I'll be parked at the house.
That is hilarious. So outdoors, we love that. Yes, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to getting back in when things settle down, to going back to camping and being outdoors and doing things. She uses the airbag exactly. We're one and the same. Got to have linen on it and everything, honey.
Mm-mm.
It's just like glamping. It's glamping. It's totally glamping.
No, no, it's not. No, it's not. Those walls are temporary. I need something harder and more firm against bears and everything
Bears.
else.
Did you just say
I
bears?
said bears. I said bears. Or here in Texas, bobcats, mountain lions. Don't get me started. Like
Yeah. Well,
it's
camping
the
in
real
Texas
deal.
is a little different than camping on the East Coast. So there's we
Hey,
when you were back here, I don't believe you were worried about bobcats.
no, no, I was not. I was worried about snakes.
There we
That was always the worry. But
go.
yeah,
Fair
no,
enough.
no. But I'll give it to y'all. Y'all can enjoy the camping time. Enjoy the camping time.
I love it. Anything outdoors, yes, definitely. So definitely, we love pool. I think we get that from our dads, for sure. We get that honestly, um,
Yeah,
and playing games. Those are things as well. So
yeah,
that family time where you can just enjoy.
yeah. And I'm the one blessing, if I'm dare to call it a blessing of this pandemic, is that it forced so many people back to staying at home,
Hmm.
having to connect with their family. right?
Right.
Having to find new, old ways of having fun, of finding ways to laugh in the midst of the true sadness at times.
Yeah.
And I pray it stays. I pray it stays. My hope is that it stays.
It's
So
true. It's
you're
true.
up.
Yeah. It was it was more about bringing priorities in line. I think that's really what happened. Is that so with this family fun, and I saw definitely the commercials, right? The increase of do family game night. Have more
Right.
family time together. Since you're quarantined together, at least enjoy each other. So versus kill each other.
Right.
Find a way to enjoy the circumstance and the situation that none of us can change. So that's, hopefully I agree with you. Hopefully that's sustainable.
Yeah, hopefully so. Ooh, so let's talk about flashbacks. Some of our flashbacks and favorites.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So, what is if you had to just pick like one, because we really only got time for one each. But if you had to pick just one, like what's your favorite fun or hilarious memories?
Gosh, flashback and favorites with fun. So for me, there are tons. There are tons, but one sticks out, which is pretty funny. If you're thinking about family time, and it was a Monopoly game when I was younger with my dad and my two younger siblings, and it became a little heated. So, to give a little, let's give a little context to this since people aren't understanding all the time. For the culture, as we like to say, sometimes
Right.
when we play games, we take things a little serious, a little too serious
We're a
sometimes.
little passionate. We're a little
There,
passionate.
yeah, there you go. We're a little passionate, right? So with that, we were playing this Monopoly game as a family, and one of my younger siblings was the banker. You all understand with Monopoly, they're the ones to issue out the money, right? And so it came turn for my dad, to get his money, and one of my younger siblings refused and told him no. They were refusing to give him his money. At that moment,
Did he live? Is he still alive today?
so at the moment, I'm trying to remember which one it was. I cannot remember. If y'all are watching and it's one of y'all, chime in. But I don't remember which one it was. I just know that I was concerned for their lives, right? At that moment, we went beyond the scope of a board game, and it transcended into real life, as if someone was holding up his coins in real life.
Oh my
um,
God.
and so at that moment I was in tears laughing. It was a nonstop, and it followed up weeks and weeks and weeks after this Monopoly game, of laughter, of just every time we thought about it, it was, oh my God, remember when he almost killed you, right? Because you refused to give him his money. And he took that thing so seriously. He was ready to yoke him up. He really was. And so
Oh my
I was dying laughing at the magnitude of his frustration over not getting his coins. And I can't remember if it was the $200 when you pass go, or if it was, if they landed on something, or, I cannot remember, but I just remember the hostility uh, and the sheer concern for their lives. That's what I remember.
Oh my gosh.
So that was a flashback of family fun time, and the aggression. But it was so many of them. I mean, as you said, pick one. There was, because that's what our family did. We always played games together as kids,
Yeah.
and young
Yeah.
adults, even into our adulthood.
Oh yeah.
Um, we love family time and game time. So there's probably a million stories, but that was just one. How about you with your flashbacks and favorites?
Oh my gosh. To narrow it down to just one, you're right. That is hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 2006 because I was pregnant.
You remember the
I
year.
remember the year because I was pregnant. So I was expecting Sweet Madison, and we went to Williamsburg.
Yes.
with your parents and both of your younger siblings. And our spouses at the time were unable to attend. I think they were both working. So
Right, right.
it was just us. And we, of course, pigged out like crazy at this all you could eat seafood restaurant. I don't know if it was Captain George, Captain Billy. It was somebody's captain. It was somebody's captain.
Oh, there you
And,
go.
and we made ourselves almost sick.
Yes.
But we
Yes.
went back to the condo and played spades.
Right.
And we destroyed your younger siblings. All in the midst of us being sick. We were all sick to our stomachs. But we were laughing at each other so hard because we were still killing them in spades, even though
Trying to
none of
keep
us were
up with
feeling
them digestively, we lost, but we won in the spades game.
which is all that
Okay.
matters at the end of the day. It's all that matters. It's like we won.
It's absolutely and bless her heart, Danielle. Straight up.
Yes.
Remember when Bob and Roz ran Boston? Okay, so this right here. Let me tell y'all this story. I want to use a word, but I'm not. Okay, these two women, okay, our mother and our auntie, you see, I paused, were saying to us, Danielle and I, that they hadn't played spades in years. Okay, so let me preface this, people. If someone over the age of 50 tells you they haven't done blank in years, okay, it doesn't matter
Right.
what's in the blank,
Right.
don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, okay?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
told us they hadn't played spades in years, okay? And oh, let's sit down, let's have a spades game. It's the middle of a snowstorm. We're all trapped in, right? It was a blizzard, for God's sake. And so, when lights go out and you don't have, that's when you do some fun things. And so
Yeah.
they were like, we haven't played spades in years. Yeah, let's play some spades. So we all partner up, and Roz and Mom are partners, and Danielle and I are partners. When I tell you, and I'm a great spades
Yes,
player.
we
You
are. We
understand?
learned well. We
If
learned
no one
well.
else says it, I will tell you, I am a great spades player. But what happened in this instance? Okay, let me just tell you. Have you ever been lied to with a straight face? You got to watch them. Telling you, they lied to us with a straight face.
Oh my
We haven't
God.
played in years. So when she says they ran a Boston on us, understand if you don't know spades, first of all, you might
Right.
want to Google that.
Right.
Running a Boston in turns meaning they won every single book possible in the game. Okay,
Oh my
uh,
goodness.
we had zero books and they had all books. You understand? Allegedly, still claiming we don't know how we did this. Oh my God, you know how they do. The fake,
And with the high pitched voice, like
the lies, right? The lies, the lies. Let me tell y'all, anybody that talks in a high pitched voice is lying. That's another subject for another day. When their
that is
tone
true.
changes, the inclination is typically meaning that they are lying. But that's another subject for another day. These folks ran to Boston. Yes, for you, we were sick as dogs. You and I playing spades,
Yes.
but we won.
Yeah, we crushed it.
Still sick as dogs.
Still. But it was a great time. Like
It
I
was
laughed
phenomenal.
the entire night.
Oh
While
my God.
everybody's sick, we're all getting sick, and we're still all laughing. And that's the beauty of our family is we're laughing at each other getting sick. It's still playing the game. It's just like, yeah, ha, you just threw up. That was hilarious. Okay,
Nauseous from overeating at a seafood buffet, all of us, because of course, when capacity says capacity, come on, you know what I mean? Nah, you got a little bit more in the reserve. Let's go ahead and pack it in, a few more crab legs. And so by the night, yeah, that
and
happened.
you are right on that when somebody over the age of 50 says to you they haven't done something
Come
in a while.
on.
And it's like, okay. Because
It's about to be a
my
lot.
dad did that with me the first time. Him and I
Ooh.
shot pool together. And your dad was there too, come to think of it.
I
And
told you.
I think I got one chance. I think I got one opportunity to touch that table for that whole game. And
I'm
the two of
surprised.
them just killed it. And I was like, but you haven't touched the pool table in like 30
Listen,
years.
listen. When I tell you the lies, they do it with a straight face, y'all. The
Yeah.
lies. They're just like, oh, we haven't played so and so. We haven't done so and so in years. Okay, whatever that so and so is, don't put your money out there. Okay,
Mm-mm.
this is a word
No,
to the wise. You're hearing it
no,
here on Listen with Tania and Win. You're
no.
about to lose your money. Okay,
Right.
we don't encourage gambling. We don't gamble, but
No.
you're gonna lose your money, your pride, and anything else that you put on the
Yeah.
line. Because I'm letting you know
Yeah.
they're
Don't
about to
bet
run a
chores.
game.
Don't bet chores. Don't
No,
bet anything.
no.
Just no. Don't bet cooking for a week. Like, no, no, no. And I love it.
There you go, brother-in-law. There you go. He wants to know
Since
since
when
when is
is
spades
spades
fun?
playing checkers is fun? No, playing checkers is strategy, which is
Chess is strategy. Checkers is mildly fun, but compared to spades, hun, you see, I had to pause. I had to do the,
yes, yes,
I had to do the Briscoe pause inside.
yes. But my husband gets the benefit of the doubt because he doesn't like card games. So I
That is
still love
very
him.
true. And
God's
we enjoy a good
mm-mm,
checkers, hun. That has its place, but it cannot replace spades on the level of fun. It's not on the same scale.
no, no.
No, not at
So
all.
so on that whole favorites and flashbacks tip,
Whew.
we got questions. So why is it that we are so aggressive with our games? Why are we so aggressive with our games?
I don't know.
Why do we feel the need to slap the cards on the table? Like
I
even
mean,
with Uno, depending on who you playing with,
it's
we're gonna
true.
slap that card on the table.
I mean, if nobody don't know, like you gonna hit it, right? Like we're gonna talk some trash, we're gonna slap some tables. I don't know. We're gonna high five each other. I'm not really sure where that came from. If anybody wants to put in the comments, let us know where did that stem from for the culture that we feel this level of one aggression to have to the table or someone else. Where did that stem from? I don't know. I was born into that, so I'm not quite sure the history on it. But if
You and
someone
me
can give
both.
us some insight in the comments, I'd love to know the culture.
It's how I was taught to play. So it's
It's
how
the
I was
truth.
taught to play.
You're
I
all
was
in.
taught to play spades. That when you know you got a
Yeah.
good card, you need to slap it on the table.
It's
So
you can't lay it down. Like
no.
literally when you got that big joker, you can't
Oh,
gracefully lay a big joker. You can't lay that thing down. That's a slap right there. Like you can't lay that. There's no gracefulness, in the big joker. I don't know what else to tell you. I've never played otherwise. If anyone else has played a quiet game of spades, put it in the comments. I'd love to be able to hear how you've managed that. But I think if I even played spades online, I would still be slapping the mouse at least. I can't
I can't
talking
fathom.
smack in the comments. I don't.
I can't fathom playing a quiet game of spades. I don't even. I can't even fathom that concept of
No.
playing a quiet game of spades. 'Cause
Oh my god.
no, no,
No. It's
every
smack,
no,
and the
no.
level of trash talk that
Oh,
comes out with a card game, spades, Unos, any other, just whatever. The level of trash, the level of aggression, the level of verbal abuse that comes out during during a card game is a little concerning. It brings out of people sometimes. I'm like, where did this come from? Was this within you? Like, has anyone stopped to think about that? Right? Like,
You almost have to apologize at the beginning of the game and be like, "Look,
There's times we
you
have.
knew me one way before this game started. By the end of this game, you may know me on a whole nother level."
Yeah, there's been times where I definitely have apologized to people that are not my partner, but yet I love dearly, and they're playing against me. It's okay. I mean, when you play your own mother, you know what I mean? Like it's what it is. Your own father. So,
Yeah, it's not personal. Not personal.
it's definitely not personal. It's it's whatever it is. It's a game. Now if you
Right.
still have that emotion and that attitude when the game is done, that's another story for another day. You need to laugh more, but sometimes things get taken a little too serious when the level of trash talk. So put it in the comments. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, truly. Let us know if you have the answer, if you even think you have an idea as to why in the world do we talk trash? Why do we have to slam the cards on the table? Where does it's not like it makes the card any more effective. A draw four is a draw four in
But
Uno.
it does.
I slap it
It
or
gives the impact of what it is that you were trying to communicate in that card. It does. It gives it that impact. The slap on the table. It's something about it. I don't know what to tell you. It's almost like when you eat good food and you rock, right? Or you swing, or some people dance when they eat good food. I don't know why, but it's just something a part of the culture that you do. But I have some questions. That's
yeah, yeah. And I'm not gonna stop doing it, even though I don't know why I was taught to do it.
right.
I'm not gonna ever stop doing it. But just like the person that taught me how to play spades, that's what they taught me. They were like, okay, take that card and slap it on the table. And I was like,
Right. That's exactly.
wait. I was like, this card, you want me to slap? They were like, take that card, slap it on the table. They were like,
Right.
don't put it on top of the pile. Just
It's a part of the actual training instructions is to slap your spades on the table. That's a
oh
part
my
of the instruction.
gosh.
Or when you have that wild card draw for four, right? Same deal. Like that's a part of the instructions is that you just have to the aggression. You have to.
That is funny. I wish Uno would put that in the written instructions. When you have a draw for it, be sure to slap it on the table in front of your opponents. Like this is this is my draw for.
Yeah, see, James, this is where when you jump, with checkers and you jump and you get kinged, you can't. There's no real slapping on the. There's none
No,
of that.
no,
That's
no. You're messing up the entire board if you slam the checkers board.
there's none of that. That
no,
that's yeah.
no. So
It's a,
with
it's a
this
part of the whole
so
process.
with the spades, because we know how to play spades, are we required to teach somebody else how to play? And we are posing that question to the entire Facebook community. Let us know, please. If you know
Has
how to
anyone out
play,
there
are
in
you required to
Facebook
teach
land
somebody else?
been asked? Okay, can someone show them, teach them how to play spades? I know I have been asked many of
Oh yeah.
times, can you teach me how to play spades? And I have every time said no. And I don't know why, but it's just not something that I have desired to do. I don't know that I've taught anyone how to play. I've coached, in the midst of it, but I don't know that I don't know that we've she said the reason is because you want to put fear in the other team to help them. Come on, Mama Bear. She is out here literally giving us
Says
actual
says
definition,
the Boston expert, running the Boston expert.
instilling fear in your
Instilling
opponent
fear.
is the answer. You're
Well,
spot on with that, ma'am, because honestly, once they become intimidated by that, aggression, then obviously they feel like they're second guessing their hand at this point. So you
yeah, but somebody had to teach us.
honestly, I learned spades and tunk in middle school.
Oh my gosh.
Cafeteria, lunchtime, kid you not. Public education. This is why public education is important. because it teaches you life skills. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm not saying that I am not a fan of private school. It has its place. It has its place, but seldom, I'm just going to use that term, seldom is private school teaching you life skills. Just going to leave it at that.
Like
Now,
spades and tonk are life skills.
do you not think that
Oh, it's
spades and tongue
totally,
are, do you not think spades is a life skill?
totally,
Okay.
totally in
How
agreement.
often are they teaching spades in private school?
You already know the answer to your question.
Um, okay. So
You
that's where
already
I learned was middle school. I kid you not. Shout out to Spring Ridge in the cafeteria. We played during lunch, and that was my first time learning how to play tunk and my first time learning how to play spades and the strategy of reading your hand and the importance of picking a good partner. Um, yeah, she says you will learn, lose her MAB team. Okay, you're gonna lose. She learned by watching other people in the pro. Yeah, that's it. You pick
Mhm.
up pointers by watching. Now, some people don't want you looking at their hands. Now, that's a thing
Right,
right there. I don't want
right.
people around me reading the,
Mm-mm.
looking at the back of my hand. I feel real funny about that. There's a certain kind of way
Right.
when you are.
Especially if you're wearing glasses. Don't stand behind me and you wearing glasses so somebody can
Yeah,
see the reflection in the glasses of what cards I'm holding. Yep,
there's
I
a
thought that one
whole
through. It's like, don't stand behind me. You got glasses on.
there's etiquette to spades. You're not supposed to talk at the table. So again, number one, if you haven't been taught how to play spades, you will get yourself hurt talking over the table. Old people call it talking over the table. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you don't tell me, I don't tell you, we don't verbalize um
Mm-mm.
what we got going on. That should never happen. So if you haven't learned how to play spades, that's rule number one is bid your hand also. We're
Right.
not out here running these sandbags because you don't know how to read your hand because you've got 15 spades, but you say I got two in a possible. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Spades is what cuts. That's why it's called spades. Okay. So if you have spades in your hand, count it as a book, please, with the sandbags out here. So those are, but are we obligated to teach other people? I am a avid fan of mentorship,
So how do you mentor somebody in spades?
but I haven't.
Yeah, I have not.
Maybe that's a goal for 2022 when things open back up. Maybe I'll add that to the list of teaching one person, like the starfish, just one.
Oh,
If you can just help one, but no.
God's gonna have to be real plain with me on that one because He has not led me to teach anybody. I will make sure our child knows how to play spades because
There's the
nobody
one.
should ever go off to college and not know how to play spades.
There is the one.
But
Right. So
that'll
so
be
that
my
is it.
one.
So we have a one. That's it. But yes, are we obligated to teach the next generation and those that don't know how to play spades? I don't know, but I mean maybe just one person. Do your part in the world so that we can have people out here at least that are adequate people to play against because
Right,
we need some competition. So there's that with the teaching of the spades.
right.
And to your point, sir, when with checkers you can say "king me" and slap it down.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Bless his heart. Bless his he.
yes. Bless his heart. Yeah, somebody need to bless him. Y'all bless his heart.
James, I don't know that it has the same effect, but you can try it
No,
the next time you play checkers and let me know how it goes. Just hit me up. Let me know if it has the same effect.
I don't think so. I would be offended if somebody slapped that checkerboard in front of me while I'm playing.
It was like king me.
That's fight word. That's fight words. Like, did you just slap the checkerboard? Like, you clearly are confused as to what game we are playing right now.
It's okay. He wants to maintain the same game level of aggression. And so I agree. I agree. So that's it. Agreed. I agree.
Yes.
It's all about the watching. And old school spades is different. Now they had card parties back in the day. We grew up with
Right.
going to the Friday, Saturday night situation of the card parties where you ate, Some, it was a potluck situation, or the host or hostess provided some of the food as well. That was just a good, clean time. You went to somebody's house. Usually it was a grandparent or an auntie, or a good friend of the family, and you had a card party, and you played spades, and it was just a never ending. Like, it just didn't seem like the night ended. You ate. The kids was over in the kids area, right?
Right.
Doing kids things.
Till we passed out. Till you pass out, depending on how long it went.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're right. Sitting there, listening, quietly listening. Quiet. That's the key. Keyword is quiet.
Watching.
Quietly listening, not asking any questions. Don't ask, ooh, how come you played that king, but you didn't play this spade? Like,
you better not say a word. You will get knocked out.
No.
Yeah, that's when those games turn violent, and then it's not.
That is so true. So
I wish somebody would ask me out loud as a spectator why I played a certain card. I think I would have to put my cards down, and we would have to handle it. It would be right. In a minute. Can I get a? Can I get a?
Can I get a time? We're gonna take this finger up, and we're gonna step outside. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Because this is a serious game. You know what I mean? Spades is the only game in life in which your pride and integrity is on the line, right? Your entire, if you are known as a bad spades player, or you continuously lose, let's just say that, it represents so many other things for you in life, right? And unfortunately, this is so unfortunate, but people will just lump you in to someone who just doesn't make good decisions in life, right?
You won't get picked for anything else. You will not be first to be picked for anything else.
Right? It's like being a kid in school and at gym, right? And they're like, you're always the one that no one picks. You're the last one, right? For whatever team sport that it is, you're the last one. So spades is something like that, where, you want to be the one that people pick as a teammate. If people typically don't want you on their team, it means that there's other things. It's a reflection of other decisions. Poor decisions in life. I don't know. Winners are winners. I don't know what else to say.
That is true. That is true. It is. You cannot live it down. You cannot. No. You will not live it down. Losing in spades. You will not.
Every family gathering after that is going to be known as. You remember that time?
Hence you being the last person to be selected as a team member for spades. It's like, I don't know. That last time, that relative may not remember anything else, but they will never forget. Well, that last time we played. You had a few questionable choices that you put down.
The level of aggression and the level of trash talk along with it. I mean, I was kid you not, when we were laughing at Kev on stage, shout out to him, and how when he shared a video and did a little commentation on it, talking about how spades is so aggressive and how amazing. We'll have to find that clip and put it in the comments of his commentation on spades. And he's watching, there's a video someone posted of a lady who is playing spades standing up. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but she's at the table with her cards in her hand and she's standing playing. Literally, it's going around. She hasn't sat down, right? And so she's throwing these cards out, and she is slamming them on the table every time. The poor table. And the amount of the content that's coming out, that, as he says, it took him a while to edit out the language in the video, because all of that goes together. But yeah, we'll put that in there. We'll have to dig it up and find it and put it in the comments later.
Oh my gosh, that poor table. The poor tables.
Yeah, you can't. Now that's another thing. When you play spades, please don't have one of these flimsy card tables. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about.
No, you're gonna have to use your dining table.
Good, solid, sturdy table is what we need. Because you're going to get people leaning on it, bending over. It's a lot. It's a whole full body workout in spades. It's
Oh,
for
wow.
sure.
So, in honor of today's trending topic of fun, funny, right? Finding joy and laughter in everything. So, this is, I got question. We would love to hear you all's you all's answers, you all's
Right.
feedback on everything we've been talking about today. But the other question we had was why, when we were kids, did we have to be in the dark and quiet during thunderstorms? I think it was just our parents' way of getting a quiet moment. I really do.
Marianne, if you are still on here, put it in the comments because I got questions. Why during a storm or any type of an outage did everyone have to be still,
Right.
quiet? Okay. I don't know. That's a great question. I've got it. I don't tell us. Put it
And
in the comments.
sometimes we had to go get the Bible and read the Bible. And I was like, but it's dark. How am I supposed to see the Bible?
We wasn't reading no Bible, but what you weren't going to do was run through this house talking, laughing, enjoying yourself, having life. It's what you weren't going to do. You were going to, what they say, sit down and shut up. I think is what typically was the reference.
Sit down and shut up.
Why? We don't know why. To this day, I am sorry, but if there is a thunderstorm outside and I am moving about within the dwelling, I am not sure that my moving in the dwelling is impacting the thunderstorm outside. I don't know that I'm attracting the thunder to the house with my moving. So I don't know the semblance. What's the correlation between you talking? Because apparently the more you talk, the more it attracted the thunder and the lightning to your house. I don't know.
But I still have real flashbacks from that. So when it is thundering and when it is lightning here, and a Texas storm is no joke here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll make the lightning and the thunder will make the house shake. It does make me want to go sit somewhere and just rock.
And be quiet. You have flashbacks.
Because I'm like, maybe it'll pass faster if I'm quiet. Maybe that's what that is all this time. It'll pass. It'll pass faster.
No.
If I'm quiet and if I'm sitting here in the dark.
Why do we keep believing the lies?
I don't know. But with all the kids in the house, I really think it was just their way of getting a quiet moment. Like just like you said, sit down and shut up.
That's what they would always say. I mean, would they tell you anything else?
No.
That's typically like
read
that
your
was
Bible.
the thing.
Read your Bible.
So it's like, sit down. Don't talk. Don't move. You're doing too much. You would hear that, right? You're doing too much. And I would be like, I do not understand the point of reference.
No.
And the movement, the communication, and the storm. So if anyone that is over the age of 50 would like to put that in the comments.
Please help us understand.
I mean, honestly, Wikipedia, whatever answers that you have, we'll take it at this point because we don't have any other point of reference other than for the culture is what was said. So
we would love some healing to the much long awaited answer as to why we had to sit down and shut up and be quiet with every thunderstorm. And if you can relate, if you were told the same thing, let us know. Maybe together we can all help each other heal. Like we can come together and be like, okay, so you can relate to that too. You were told to go somewhere and sit down and be quiet. Yeah, I don't know.
Again, that's for a certain generation. If you were watching this and you were in the millennial generation or younger, then you would not know. You don't have a point of reference. You may have to go ask your grandparent or your auntie what we're referring to, or Google it. And you might see some memes on social media, you might see some memes in relations to it. But
And then we couldn't sit on the good furniture,
oh, there's that.
even
There,
though
did you ever get your answer?
I have not, I did not get to reach out to that today, but I sure enough need to know. I do need to know the answer to the question of
So, does
why.
anyone else out there in our virtual show land, did anyone else, again, the age of 45 or older, because I'm telling you, it's not going to be anybody younger,
Mm-mm,
seldom,
very
okay?
seldom.
Um,
Mm.
did you experience furniture with plastic on it that was not in the store? You understand? It was in someone's
Right.
home. Okay, it was not in a showroom capacity. It was in someone's home, covered in plastic, and you may or may not were permitted to sit on the furniture, um, depending, right?
Never
But Tania, you
permitted.
said never.
Never. Never. Mm-mm. That was a no. That was only for guests. Only for guests.
I don't understand the semblance of sitting on the good furniture, y'all. So the plastic, and then of course, when you sat on the plastic, honey,
Oh my gosh. If you sat for more than 5 minutes, you were stuck.
can we talk about it?
You
Can
were
we talk
stuck.
about your thigh? Don't wear a skirt or a dress
Mm-mm.
and be on the plastic couch. Anybody
Mm-mm.
else experience that where
Mm-mm.
you feel like when you have to peel yourself away from the couch? Anybody else?
Literally.
No,
Literally. Literally. And then it makes you sweat. So you're sitting there sweating because plastic doesn't breathe.
at all.
So
At
you're
all. And
sitting
it's
there
a thick
sweating.
plastic for those of you that aren't
It
familiar with
was.
what we're talking about. It's an industrial grade plastic vinyl that is tremendous. It's meant to be a protection, to keep the
Mm-hmm.
upholstery. But my goodness, yeah, we got questions. Anybody in that age group want to chime in? Let us know why the protection on the furniture and why the kids couldn't sit on it, even with the plastic.
Right.
That was a wrap. Nah,
No.
wasn't
Nope.
even an option. Nah.
Not ever.
When you were a kid, was there a time where maybe when company was over or where you were able to come together and sit on the plastic furniture, the plastic covered furniture? Was there ever a time?
No. Company
No.
could sit on the plastic. We were sitting, if we had to be in the room with grown folks, because that's another thing back in the day.
Mm,
You didn't sit there with grown folks conversation. It was like you are a kid, go be a kid
yeah.
in another room. Because what you're not going to do is sit here and be privy to our conversation. But
Mm,
you had to be in the room. No, we were sitting on the floor. We were sitting on the carpet. You were not. You were not even thinking about putting yourself on that plastic or on the good furniture. The
oh
good
my
furniture,
goodness.
right? The good furniture.
The
I was
good
like,
that's it.
okay, okay, yeah. So no, no, there was never. And by the time I did get to sit on it, it was without plastic, and I was fully grown, like full grown, like I'm talking late 20s, early 30s, full grown.
Man, I didn't I only
And
experienced it when
there were angels singing when I first sat on it. It was like, ah, 'cause it was just like 30 some years of looking at that furniture, not even knowing what it really looked like underneath. Because,
or
after a
know
while,
what it
the
felt like,
plastic
right?
starts to
You're
get a
like,
little discolored and stuff after a little bit. It's just like, oh, this is what it looked like. This is what color it is, you know.
right, right, right. Or this is how comfy these cushions are
Right.
that we've never experienced before. Oh
Now,
man.
in defense of our own upbringing, the furniture was white. So
Right. There's that. There's
three
that.
kids back in the day, food, Kool-Aid, because Kool-Aid stain everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Even
So
our hair. We did that for fun as kids. I don't know if you did that,
no.
but as a kid, oh man, shout out to my mom. Okay, because as a kid, my older sister and I, and for those of you that are wondering, yes, Tania and I are snacking because today is the fun theme. So
Hmm. Hmm.
the as kids, we colored our hair, of course, red, or what you want to call it, cherry, strawberry, watermelon, whatever the flavor it was that was red, right? And you mix it sometimes. You can mix
Ghetto
the
red. That's what it
mix
was.
the packs
Ghetto red.
together. And it would make a wonderful tint, right? Like a rinse, basically. And so for fun, as kids, I remember us a couple of times taking Kool-Aid and, taking the dry packs, adding it to the water and running it through our hair as a rinse. So
Mm-mm.
you didn't get to experience the red on the couch or in the hair.
No, I was too saved and sanctified for colored hair. That's enough.
Whew. You know,
I was
these
too
almonds are
sanctified.
tasty. How are your Twizzlers?
I was not free enough to experience the Kool Aid temporary hair color experience. And we weren't about wasting packets of Kool Aid. Like,
Okay,
first of all, you talking
fair
about
enough.
name brand Kool Aid, not the store brand. Yeah, that wasn't getting wasted on the hair. That wasn't getting wasted on the hair. Mm-mm. That
First
was
of all, that off brand, so didn't even die as effectively as that name brand. It was something about that red number 40. You know, apparently still strong to this day.
hilarious. No,
Absolutely. So
no,
shout out to our parents and our families in this time, because a lot of the fun that we had stemmed around family time, stemmed around whether it was entertainment, whether it was traveling and going on vacations with the family, game time, whatever it was. A lot of it stemmed around being with our family. So, and if you don't have family close to you, physically or emotionally, find
right.
community. Every week we come back to that. Find community, find people, even in groups around you that I know the pandemic things are a little different, but I'm referring to in a safe manner or
Yeah,
after the pandemic has settled.
yeah,
Find community, or you do it virtually. Even, I mean, the virtual game nights when the pandemic hit surged, right? Like people
that
were
is true.
doing the virtual game nights where you can be safe, you can be in your own dwelling, in your own space, and still have fun. You know what I mean? Don't let the pandemic stop you from having fun. It's the key.
Stop you from enjoying your life,
Yeah,
right? Because every day is a blessing.
right,
Every day is a blessing. Every day is a new opportunity for God to bless, for God to use you, and for you to find joy in the
right.
day, every day. So yeah, that was that was the I got questions. We would love to hear y'all. We'd love to hear y'all's feedback. Oh my goodness. Share your stories. If you know that plastic on the furniture life, let us know. Let us know we're not alone. Or let me know, because she didn't have that experience.
I
But let
did not.
me
I only, when I came to your house, experienced plastic on the furniture. I had never seen it before. I was like, this is different. This is we can't. This is perfectly good furniture that we can't sit on.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. No,
Okay.
not made for kids. Not made for kids.
Oh, I
Not made
understand.
for kids. Not made for playing games. You definitely not slapping cards on the plastic. That's what we're not doing. We're not slapping. We're not slapping that joker on the plastic. Yeah, we're not doing that. Mm-mm.
Bless your heart. My goodness. Mm. Yeah, we'd love to be able to hear your comments. So let us know what your experiences were or are. If you have some new experiences, during the last 12 months, let us know. We'd love to be able
Mm.
to connect with you. Give us some new ways to have fun. Maybe there's some things that you have learned that were as new that you hadn't tried before and the pandemic, and you've found a new way or a new game or a new way to have fun. Let us know. We'd love to be able to experience some new things. So yeah,
Yeah.
keep
Post
us
it
in.
in post it in the comments. This is the time. Actually, it's the perfect time right now where we love to engage and love to hear your feedback. In case you're just joining us, today's topic was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Is fun, and so we are just talking about all things fun the importance of laughter, the importance of joy, being able to laugh at yourself, being able to laugh at others. And sometimes you might have to wait till you're out of their presence to have a good laugh, but it's, it's all around. It's all around if we're truly willing to look for it and see it, it is all around.
Mm, mm, mm.
And you were right, when we did grow up in spite of everything, because
Right.
our upbringing was not perfect. I know mine was not, but we still managed to have fun. We still
Absolutely.
managed to laugh.
Mhm.
And growing up in church, there's a lot to laugh about. Um,
The stories. There are so many stories. Oh my gosh. There are so many. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just throw it out there. This is the absolute. Y'all wanna hear about some absolute fun. Well, some absolute. That wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. But some growing up in church and the humor, right? So in church, I used to be an usher sometimes, right? I don't know if you were ever an usher sometimes, but I was an usher. Yeah, we did
a lot
everything,
of
right?
time.
What did they say? Chief cook and bottle wash. So we did everything, right?
Yeah.
So I remember, this is gonna make y'all laugh now, and don't judge me because Christians are judgy. So let's just put this out there. Go judge. What does Joy say? Go judge your mother. I don't like the judginess, right? So I was an usher, okay, at the church that we grew up in. You and I grew up in, okay.
Yeah.
And so the way that the building is positioned, where the ushers sit or stand at the door, literally as soon as you come in the door, there are two restrooms. There's a men's room and there's a ladies' room. Okay, when you
Mm-hmm.
come into from the lobby or the vestibule or whatever, and you come into the sanctuary, okay, there is the ushers stand immediately, and there are two restrooms, one on each side. So I am standing on the restroom side of the ladies' restroom side, on the right hand side. I'm on the right hand side. Okay, so I'm the usher there. I'm on my post, girl. Can't tell me nothing. I'm doing my daggone thing. We're wearing your daggone outfit from, you know.
Easter, black and
Okay,
white.
okay. So church is packed, y'all. I can't remember what the occasion was, but church was packed. Okay, and so a lady went to the restroom that was a little heavy set. And when I say heavy set, just Google these terms, y'all, because okay, everything we have a reference. She was a little heavy set. I digress. So she went to the restroom. Okay. And there's only one, it's a single restroom. So there's no multiple stalls in this restroom.
Right.
Okay. So you go in, you lock the door because it's one person. And so Nia, she gets in the restroom. She's in there a little minute. Okay. And so I'm at the usher stand, and people start to come, they start to back up. How you get one or two people to get, I'm like, no, there's someone in here. You got to come back. There's somebody in this restaurant, right? And so, people were waiting. So she came out, and when you open the door, and she came out with a hurriedness, okay? Because people, you could hear she had been in there a while, and people were waiting, okay? She came out in a hurriedness. Well, in her hurriedness, Tania, Lord help us. The entire,
Oh God.
the entire, the entirety of her outfit, the entirety of her outfit was tucked into the back of her pantyhose. When I tell you,
Oh my gosh.
the new person came into the restroom, which came across my purview, right? So I'm like, hey, it's open now, right? So I'm doing my job as the usher. She's by the time we realized that the entirety of her dress, everything under her dress, whatever, everything was in her
Oh God.
pantyhose. She was already at least halfway to three-quarters up the middle
Shut
aisle.
up.
This is the humor of growing up in a small church, y'all. When I tell you my life flashed before me in humor, I tried my best because people were then coming out of the aisles. Everybody's trying to grab her, right? Everybody as she's passing, because they're focusing on the preacher, right? And so as it dawns on people that her whole behind is out, okay, in her pantyhose. Oh my goodness gracious. So church humor, you might hear here. That was just one of those great stories. That should have been in your flashbacks and favorites. But yeah, as a church usher, that was one of those things where I tried to hold it together and I lost it. I had to excuse myself out the doors of the church because I literally lost myself. I lost myself.
Oh my God.
And I failed my obligation as an usher. At that point, I had failed.
You had one job.
The person I was letting the new person come in who was waiting patiently, right? So I was letting that new person know. And because she came out with such a rush, I didn't get a chance to look down. Again, like I said, she was 17, so I didn't get a chance to observe her entire,
Oh my gosh.
But my goodness.
Ushers were security back in the day. So that was our job. It's my job to observe everything.
Listen, I was looking out for the woman who was waiting a good 7-8 minutes to get into that restroom. I was trying to let her know that she could then get in, and I missed.
Oh my gosh,
I missed it.
The only thing I recall about that bathroom is that it did not have a fan that was loud enough to consume the noise that sometimes came out of that.
I don't think you had a fan at all. I don't remember. Did it have a fan?
It had a quiet fan, like a little quiet fan. The vent in the ceiling.
I don't know that it worked.
It wasn't enough. It was not enough to consume the sound effects during service. Just like, what in the world? And like you said, it was at the back of the church, so you saw it in the bathroom. It's not like you ever had to be like, who is that? It's like you knew exactly who it was.
So when she came out in that huff and she was moving so fast, so you let her go by you. You know what I mean? I didn't stop. I didn't. Oh my! Let me tell you. Oh, did you put your usher and excuse? No, I sure didn't. When I tell you, sir. Oh my gosh. I had to excuse myself just as quick as she ran up the aisle was as quick as I ran out the doors of the church because absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. And that was the talk about for when I tell you a long minute. So I digress with the humor. But James, yes, the church, us growing up in church, we had some church humor. It was
every service, we got in trouble for laughing, but sometimes it was worth it. Most of the time, I take that back. Every time, it was worth it. In trouble, it was worth it to get plucked behind the ear because that's what my mom would do. She plucked because I had to sit in front of her when I was younger. She made us all sit in front of them, and she would pluck behind the ear when she saw we were laughing at somebody. Or something, because there was always something, but I truly believe that was God's way of helping me in my season, during that season of life, because that's all we were was in church and nothing else.
Come on, you lived there. You lived like it was your address.
Pretty much.
Oh my gosh, where you gonna be? Like where I'm gonna be.
It's like really, you're gonna drive past the building. And see the car right there. You already know where I'm gonna be.
Where am I gonna be? Where you gonna be at?
Right.
And now it's just so amazing because we're free. And it's like, even before the pandemic, right?
Hashtag free.
Oh my gosh, right? It's like this is great. This is great. This is
even just free to laugh about it.
Oh,
right.
The story, the memory.
No condemnation, but to feel nothing but love.
Yes.
And appreciation, and it's like, okay, how I grew up is how I grew up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So share with us your comments and your stories of the things that were fun for you growing up. the things that you do fun now. We'd love to be able to hear them. And so this has been a great show for sure. It's
Yep.
been a good time, laughing and enjoying just to having the memory lanes.
Yes. Yes. James, a church fan can help you out of some tight spots. He's a bathroom fan. I don't know how many. Clearly, she would have needed about 8 church fans to have covered up the indiscretion and the unfortunateness of that.
When
Because
I tell you, oh my goodness, we would have to laugh about it later because I don't want to hold up the show. But that, mm,
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We hope that you guys have been enjoying and been able to laugh along with us. You know, if you have a funny memory or if you just have anything that has happened to you recently where you just had to laugh at yourself,
right.
you know, or someone else, leave their name out of the comments. If it's about somebody else, leave their name out.
Yeah, don't
Don't
tag them.
tag.
Don't
Don't
tag
tag.
unless they're okay with it. If they're
Right.
okay with it, then sure.
Right. But we'd love to hear your fun. We'd love to share in your laughter and your joy with you, truly. So it is Testimony Tuesday time.
It sure is. If you
It
have
is.
a testimony, definitely put it in the comments. We would love, love, love to be able to celebrate with you, whatever it
Mhm.
is that's a testimony that, or a God moment for you this week. Share, tell us,
Yeah.
invite your friends, let them know it's Testimony Tuesday time.
Yeah. Truly. So we already shared our God moments from this week, but
Mm-hmm.
do you have an actual testimony?
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm going to testify about last week when we was at the beach and we had those crab cake egg rolls and we was ready to have service in the middle of the restaurant. We was like, is there one? Is there one?
Just
That was
wrong.
my first time having. Anybody else out there have had crab cake egg rolls? Shout out in the comments. But it was at the beaches. It was a restaurant called the Rope Walk, and I will tell you, we was testifying sitting at the table. We was testifying at the table. We don't know who the cook was, but we were wishing blessings upon him, like the song, his family and their children and their children and their children and their children. Okay,
Right.
bless him, Lord, bless her, whomever, bless them. If it was a collective, whomever.
Yeah.
But so that was a testimony from last week of the crab cake egg rolls, in addition to all my God moments in my great luggage and all the other things that worked out. So, you have any current testimonies that don't involve food?
Current testimonies that don't involve food. Mm,
Because that salmon that you got, that was a testimony too. That was a testimony.
that was a blessing on blessing on blessing.
Mhm.
Truly was. The
It was.
salmon and the bread.
Uh,
I got the loaf
and the
of
cake.
bread and the 5 fish and the loaf of bread. Yes, and yes, I got yes.
Mhm.
God is faithful with that. That was during the ice storm. During the ice storm. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. God used an amazing neighbor to bless me with a loaf of bread and some fish.
Come on.
And I
Come
was like,
on.
okay, God, I hear you speaking.
For the boys' lunch.
I hear you speaking in the midst of this foolishness of this week with no power and no electricity and no water for 3.5 days. And you gonna have somebody hand me some hot, fresh bread
Mm.
and some truly straight out of Alaskan waters salmon. And I was
Come
just
on.
like, okay, God, I hear you still blessing me in the middle of the foolishness. You
Because
still
he
bless
cares
me.
about what we care about. And he knew bread and salmon were two things, in
I mean,
addition
I
to cake,
mean,
are things that we care about.
I mean, right? Especially that bread.
Come on.
Yes, yes. And I prayed over it that it was low fat and nourishing to my body. 'Cause I
Come
was like,
on with the
"Ooh,
blessing.
I'm about to
Mm.
eat this whole loaf of bread, like a
Because
whole.
grace matters, y'all. Grace matters. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, that was yes, but I was supposed to have a testimony that didn't involve food, but no.
The testimony that doesn't involve food.
Mm,
Mm.
no. He
Hmm.
loves to bless me with food. He cares about everything I care about, and I care about food. Even the blessing today of going to the store, and
Wait.
I picked up Twizzlers at the store today for my talk show snack today. And literally I didn't have to fill 50 packages. The first package I picked up,
Was fresh.
it was fresh.
Come on.
And
Because
I
he
was like,
cares
look
about
at you, God, blessing me with everything I care about. Look at you, blessing me with a pound or two bag. Don't judge me.
a pound or two is what she said. Possibly. Allegedlations is my word. Allegedlations. Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, thank you for caring about everything that I care about. Blessing me with fresh candy because I don't know anybody that you've ever had stale
Mm.
Twizzlers. They're hard. If you ever get Twizzlers and they're hard, that's the education for the evening. You get Twizzlers and they're hard, that means it's stale.
Correct.
You've been in the store too long. So when you go in the store, you got feel, and if it feels soft, and yeah, that's a fresh bag, a fresh package, kind of like bread. You know, you feeling it for
Right.
texture.
Absolutely. So if y'all have any testimonies and they can be food related, okay, we
Oh
will
yeah,
please put it in the comments. Let us know. Share your testimony. We want to celebrate with you of whatever God is doing in your life. And it's not big or small. I think that
mm-mm.
people think about testimonies like the magnitude, right? Like this has to be something momentous for there to be a testimony. First of all, we are all awake. We're all alive. We're
Right,
watching this and live with a replay, right? That's a testimony right there. You are
right.
alive to experience this video. So
And you can hear it and see it, which means you have the blessing of
exactly.
your hearing and the blessing of your sight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that within itself is a testimony. So I'm encouraging people because I think we've gotten away from it. Again, like we talked about it, it was when we were younger. And it's not typically done more in this recent generation. I
Nah.
mean, that I've seen anyway. And so I think people have even gotten out of, or maybe the older generation has, passed on or hasn't shared, what testimony service or testimony Tuesday is about. And so I'm really encouraging our generation
Yeah,
and the younger generation to start to embrace Testimony Tuesday or testimony every day, to be honest
yeah.
with you, and to find something, that's my challenge to our viewers. Find something once a day that you can declare is your testimony for that day. What was something good that you can say, this was a
Mm-hmm.
testimony for today?
Mm-hmm.
That's my challenge for our viewers, is to really step it up with the Testimony Tuesday and embrace the testimony every day.
Yeah, yeah. And like Ben said, we love to celebrate God with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put it in the comments at any time.
Right.
At any time, you can come back to any of our episodes, and you can put it in the comments, or just send us a post, or a message. Let us know because we want to celebrate God with you all,
Right.
because He's still living, as we just celebrated on Sunday. He's still living
Mm.
and He's still doing things, um, all day, every day. So yeah, even after this episode is over,
Yeah.
don't don't sit on that testimony. Don't do it. Don't
Mm.
do it.
I'm telling you, if I had a testimony that was for Sunday, Sunday was so good. Sunday, I got to have a day of rest. And I had the taste for salad because my body was craving it. I like to eat clean, and I had at fun at the beach where I had a week of eating all things crazy, let's just say, right? And so, but enjoying life, right? I
Hmm.
was, there was no smoothies involved. It was no even, no, there was no evaluating the nutritional content of anything. Last week was truly spring break in every capacity.
Yeah.
So, I enjoyed it, and I encourage you all to have those moments. And so, on Sunday, I was craving a salad, and I was like, I really want a salmon salad. God told me exactly where to go. I did the call in for the pickup order, and it was phenomenal. Got it home, absolutely delicious bourbon marinated grilled salmon on this amazing salad, and had that time to just quiet and to just watch some of the Easter services
Yeah.
online. And I absolutely, I don't know who you all follow. I follow 4 to 5 different each week, depending on where God has me and who the message is for me that week. Watch or throughout the week. But for Sunday service on Sunday, I watched my home church, and then I watched Transformation Church with Pastor Michael Todd and his message on stained. And when I tell you, that is a great testimony, TZ, right there. If you watch that message, it's going to
Mm.
it's going to doubly bless you. Okay, as the old people say. And I'll put it in the comments, I promise, because it was amazing. And so to sit there and be in the stillness, in the moment of the resurrection Sunday with a delicious meal, to have that was just, and be free, y'all, to
Yeah.
be free, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many years where we would be in the religion or the religion or the,
The
what, you know what I
tradition,
mean?
the traditions, the
And not be
tradition.
free, right? To enjoy really the resurrection because you're
Mhm.
so caught up in all the traditions and the religiosity of it all. Let's just say that
Right.
versus that relationship. So for me to have that one-on-one time and a good meal and a message that I know he had directed for me to watch and to hear, honey, that was like, that was it. Made my day.
Did you do it in your pajamas?
Honey, honey, listen, listen.
And if you don't know why I asked that question, watch last week's
Go
episode.
back and watch last week.
Watch episode 4.
Absolutely, absolutely was in my pajamas, and I loved it. I was free.
Hmm. Hmm.
That was my testimony for
Right.
Sunday.
Right. Yeah. Sunday was beautifully different.
Yeah.
It was just beautifully different, and I love how God still ministered to me because
Mm.
I was in I went to 2 churches. I went to Austin and I went to Dallas. Um, yeah, y'all, all in the same day. I went to Austin and I went to Dallas. And God ministered to both places, and then as a family, we stayed in. We didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything, and just had some really sweet, beautiful family time
Right.
around my pool table. I was like,
It
yeah.
wasn't, I mean, but that's the amazing thing about it is that when you're free and you know that you're free and
Mhm.
you can enjoy life,
Right.
and it's still, what is within you that you know to be true. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, I mean, girl, the salad tastes better.
Real talk. Yeah. Yeah. You're right on that.
Come
You're
on.
right on that. Because then it's like, oh, it's almost like an awakening,
Come on.
right? It's like
Because
a,
how many meals do we have where we're in bondage in those meals, with those people in bondage in those meals? But to be able to sit down, honey, where was me and thee, and enjoy the salad with the me and thee,
yeah.
y'all better enjoy you some me and thee time. I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
yeah, that's important too. We'll,
Mm-hmm.
we'll cover that one day. We'll be covering that one day soon. The,
Mm-hmm.
the self love, self care, the me and thee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Um,
Mm. As the old preachers used to say, watch between me and thee while we're absent. Okay?
one from another.
That's
Mhm.
it. Just sometimes you just need to have that alone time, just you and God. Just me and
Right.
thee.
Right. And
And it
then
was like,
and then to end Sunday night with
ooh,
with an online concert, just like.
with me and 457,000 other
Oh
people.
my gosh. They actually said it ended up being millions
No doubt. That was just
between
the
all the
Instagram.
different streams, between
Correct.
all the different streams, millions of
No
people.
doubt. And we were all dancing together
Mm-hmm.
collectively.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Getting blessed, having joy, having fun. So we want to know, we would love to hear topic suggestions from you guys.
Hmm.
Hit us up, put us in the comments. Thank you so much for taking the time to have fun with us today. Let
Right.
us know how you're having fun. We'd love to hear about it. Continue to keep sharing us like you guys have been doing, sharing us and liking our page. We appreciate it so much. Appreciate
Yeah, we have
every
seen
ounce
the
of feedback.
followers. I'm like, look at the people who have now liked and shared. This is impressive. And the people who tell me, hey, we can't catch you on Tuesdays, but we watch you on the replay. And I'm like,
Yes,
oh my gosh, bless
yes,
you.
yes. I get a lot of that too, and
Yeah,
oh, thank you. And so just we love and appreciate all of it. We're just two women of God being obedient in this season.
it's true.
You know, asking you to listen. Just listen.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
So, as always, we've got the Facebook page. Just hit us up that way. Keep posting, keep sharing. Let us know your feedback, and we will see you right back here next Tuesday to listen.
That's it. God, keep your reminders and set a watch and let some people were like, well, we didn't know you were weekly. Well, so you know,
Now
we
you
are weekly.
know.
So
Mhm.
every Tuesday, like she has said, we're wonderfully here. And again, if you can't catch us on Tuesday, honey, catch us when you can. So
Oh yeah.
be safe and be healthy. And
Mhm.
we'll see you next Tuesday, 6 or 5, depending on which time zone you're located in.
Yes. And get your laugh in. Get your laugh in.
That's
Get it
it.
in every single day. Get it in. And if you got to come back here if you got to come back here to laugh, come back here to laugh. Come back
That's
here.
it.
Wherever God sends you, look for it. There's joy. His joy is everywhere. His joy is in everything. All right.
It's
We'll
the
see y'all
truth.
next Tuesday.
Listen, take
Listen.
care.